Midfielders, number 5, Kazuki Nagasawa. Number 15, Joey Nagaki. Forwards, number 8, Yoichiro Katsutani. Number 16, Mateus. Number 25, Naoki Maya. Substitutes. Number 21, Yohei Takura. Number 13, Haruya Fuji. Number 26, Shunpei Naruse. Number 10, Gabriel Xavier. Number 11, Yuki Soma. Number 40, Versa. Number 44, Murakami. Manager, Massimo Filippelli.
玉座の空に進撃のドラがこだます。群雄を決断し、もう一度あの頂き。2021年、東京は2度カップを掲げる。
決勝をかけた戦いです。ミーティングでは選手たちにどのような声をかけましたか。
もう自分たちの力を信じてみんなで力をして戦おうという話をしました。
得点を取りに行かなければいけない戦いとなると思うんですが、プランとしてはどんなふうに考えていらっしゃいますか。
まず1点だと思いますので、1点なんとか先に取れるように戦っていきたいというふうに思っています。
それによって大きく心理面もプレー面も変わってくるということでしょうか。
今日はホームですし、ホームのサポーターもたくさん来てくださっているというふうに思いますので、そういう雰囲気を作れば本当に後押しをしてくれるというふうに思っています。
一方でそのリスクマネジメントというのもすごく大事になってくると思いますが、いかがでしょうか。
はい、そういう試合展開運びに長けたチームだというふうに思いますので、そこは恐れずに相手のゴールを目指して戦っていきたいというふうに思っています。
名古屋の警戒すべき点、どんなところでしょうか。
いや、もう本当に力のあるチームですし、 攻守のバランスが取れたチームだというふうに思いますので、もう難しい試合になることは重々分かってますが、自分たちの持っている力を信じて、戦うのみだというふうに思っています。
ありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。決勝をかけた戦いですが、どんなことが大切になるでしょうか。
Sì, ma c'è appunto, come detto, una partita che da giocare, quindi chi vincerà chiaramente andrà in finale. La partita, come tutte, quando arrivi a questo livello difficili da giocare, bisognerà interpretarla bene, essere concentrati e vedremo. Noi cercheremo di raggiungere l'obiettivo come lo cercheranno di farlo loro.
もうそれぞれができる手をすべて尽くしながらなんとか勝ち上がろうとするっていう段階に来ていると思いますので、瞬間瞬間どういった試合の流れかっていうものをよく理解してやるべきプレーっていうのをチームでやる必要があると思います。
FC 東京は勝つために得点を狙ってくる、積極的に来ると思いますけれども、警戒すべきはどんなところでしょうか。
Tutti dobbiamo far gol noi, dobbiamo cercare di vincere noi, loro cercheranno di vincere. Le partite sono così e il bello è che sono sempre aperte, il bello del calcio è questo, quindi mi auguro che noi riusciamo a far gol e vincere la partita. Questo è solamente quello che mi auguro.
我々も1戦目の結果を守るっていうよりは今日の試合勝ちたいっていう感覚できていますので、もうサッカーらしい点を取り合うスポーツっていうものが今日しっかりできると思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとう。
2021 J.LEAGUE YBC Levain CUP Prime Stage Semi-Final Second Game. FC Tokyo versus Nagoya Grampus. The match officials and players are coming up.
Welcome along to Ajinomoto Stadium for this Levain Cup semi-final second leg between FC Tokyo and Nagoya Grampus. As you are across the world, it is fantastic to have your company. It is the holders of this competition, FC Tokyo, looking to progress to a final where they could win their third ever title against Nagoya Grampus, who, well, it must be said, they hold the cards coming in. They won the first leg by 3-1. Just put them in this advantageous position. I hope that they can now go and finish the job. Is FC Tokyo in their home kit with the red and the white. Nagoya Grampus in their change strip with the red and orange trimmings, the white shirt with the black shorts. Final bits of pre-match preparations being carried out. We do have the video assistant referee system in operation as well. It's great to have you with us wherever you are across the globe, whether it's maybe start for you maybe watching on in Europe, whether you're joining us across Asia or anywhere else in between. And well, if you're Nagoya Grampus, you'll be hoping we don't get too dramatic a game here. You'll be hoping that they can just close out and build on the advantage that they bring to this ground from that 3-1 win in the first leg 4 days ago. Kente Hasegawa, the FC Tokyo boss, looking to get his side back into it. The 56-year-old who's hoping his side will make it there, as is Massimo Ficcadenti, the Italian in charge of Nagoya Grampus. I'm sure got out of bed today and said to himself, "Mi sento molto fortunato." I'm feeling very lucky. I'm sure he was hoping that he might get a bit of luck with his side today. 2 changes to the team for Nagoya Grampus, who will attack from right to left in this first half. Off and underway then. FC Tokyo kicking from left to right. And immediately making a fast start, quite literally. Blasted over though. An early chance. And Nagoya know that an early goal really would put them in total command here. They already have that 3-1 advantage carried in. Could have extended it even further there. That really would have been quite a way for Mateus to silence the home crowd. Seems to have actually injured himself in the process, Mateus. We know a back strain, it looks like. It's nothing too serious. Can run you through the lineups for FC Tokyo. Go Hatano in goal. A back four of Kumi Yakamura, Tsuyoshi Watanabe, Masako Morishige, and Maroma Watanabe. Defensive midfield 2 of Shuto Abe and Takuya. Okay, and then Ojiro Takahage pushing on in midfield with Delton down the left wing, Diego Oliveira down the right, and Kensuke Nagai up front. So that seems to be another early injury. It's not what we want to see. It's for Nagoya Grampus, Mitchell Langrek in goal. A back 3, looks like. You can see Kakitam just caught there. Looks okay to continue though. Shinosuke Katan, Minte Kim, Isuki Kimoto, and then a midfield 4 of Taka Yoshida, Kazuki Nakasawa, Shoro Inagaki, and Maruya Morishita. Mateus down the left wing, Naoki Maeda down the right, and then Nochiro Kakitam up front. Run back, and that immediately gets the home crowd into good voice. Delton goes the long way around and wins the throw. And that makes decibel level rise in here just a bit. Just trying to work an early goal. It would make this semi-final look so different if they could. And they'll be well aware of that. Mitchell Langrek, the Australian in goal, urging his As to watch the long throw, it is a threat that FC Tokyo do have, but they didn't use it on that occasion. All sprayed out right now. Watanabe. This is a well-worked move. And he's managed to get him around the back here as well. And Kensuke Nagai wins the first corner of the game. FC Tokyo will have it in just the 4th minute. Just remember how an early goal could completely change the complexion of this semi-final. Place in the final at Saitama Stadium on the 30th of October, up for grabs. First corner of the game. Takumi Yakamura to take it. Flipped on and down, and it falls kindly into the hands of Michel Langerak. Has a lovely experience in Germany, of course. He's a name that will be familiar to many across the world from his time with Borussia Dortmund and then Stuttgart. Good aggressive tackle in midfield. Nicely done by Ojiro Takahagi. Plenty of thinking to do for Kenta Hasegawa. Admitted side weren't at their best in the first leg. Ojiro Tam had Nagoya Grampus in front after 17 minutes. The lead was doubled in the 69th thanks to the centre half Yasuki Kimoto. And Adelton did get an important away goal for FC Tokyo in the 93rd minute, the 3rd minute of stoppage time. But that good work was somewhat undone by the fact that just a minute later, Mateus scored Nagoya Grampus' 3rd, put them 3-1 up and give them this 3-1 lead heading into this game. Mateus over the set piece. If they go 4-1 up, it's a long, long way back. Remember, of course, the other semi-final that's happening today is an hour later between Suizo Osaka and the Urawa Reds. First leg finished 1-1 between those two teams. Second leg happening, kicking off in, well, under an hour now at the Oduko Sakura Stadium. I would have to say, though, for this one, it's definitely Nagoya Grampus who start the favourites. They lead on the scoreboard. They've been in excellent form too. Lost just one of their last 14 games across all competitions. A 1-0 defeat at Hiroshima on the 3rd of October. And that run stretching back to mid-August. 2 draws and 11 victories in that run, including a 4-2 victory in the last 16 of the AFC Champions League against Daegu. It's put them into an AFC Champions League quarter-final where they'll face the Pohang Steelers from Korea Republic on the 17th of October. Foul on Adelton. Nagoya Grampus quite content to let FC Tokyo have it here. Trying to break the press. FC Tokyo can't do so. We're playing on here. Not the worst cross. And Hatano eventually comes out and claims it. And this time it is Kazuki Nagasawa down. Nagasawa, who has scored a goal in the Nagoya Grampus' run to this semi-final, the Levain Cup. Just seems to have taken a knock to the back in that aerial collision. Just making sure both players have come out of that challenge reasonably unscathed. With knocks and bumps and bruises, but of course, particularly in a big game like this, you're not going to come off unless you're really badly injured, you would imagine. Into Hasegawa, thinking of his options. Speaking of that, on the bench, if you're unfamiliar, Tsuyoshi Kodoma, the backup keeper, Bruno Uvini, the Brazilian defender, Hiro Omori, another defender, then two midfielders, Otaki Mita and Kogo Higashi, and then Manoto Shinada and Kazuya Kono, more forward-thinking options for FC Tokyo. That's what we're thinking of changing at this early stage, but those are your substitutes for the home side. Cross field. Delton under pressure. Chipped up. Flicked on nicely. Grampus do just enough. Somewhat overhit. And just allowed to run out for a throw. The Nagoya Grampus bench. Takeda, the substitute keeper. Two defenders in Nuya Fuji and Shumpei Naruse, who is one of the two Nagoya players to drop out of the lineup from the starting 11 at 1-3-1 a couple of days ago. And four forward-thinking options. Gabriel Xavier, Jakub Sverchok, the Polish player who has 8 goals from 12 in all competitions this season. And Mu Kanazaki, as well as Yuki Soma. And Soma is the other of the two players from the Nagoya Grampus starting 11 that have dropped out. Kazuki Sara and Morishita have come in. Cross from Adelton. Overhit and harmlessly out for a goal kick. Dalton is a key threat for FC Tokyo. He's their second highest scorer in the league this season. He has 10 goals from 42 games across all competitions, including League and Cup. He's got 8 of those in the league. Simo Ficadenti looking to lead Nagoya Grampus to success. They haven't had any silverware since 2011 when they won the Japanese Super Cup the year after Dragan Stojkovic led them to the J.League title in 2010. Of course, once upon a time, it was not Massimo Ficadenti prowling the touchline for Nagoya Grampus, but a name well known to football worldwide, Arsene Wenger, who of course later on went on to manage Arsenal. Grampus was one of his earlier coaching jobs. In 1995, he had them finishing second in the J-League and winning the Emperor's Cup, with Harry Lineker helping score the goals for him, a name that will be familiar to football fans in Europe in particular, you'd expect. Been out of play by Nakatan. So 12 minutes in, still goalless. I'll be pretty happy with his start, Nagoya Grampus. It's been a low-key first 12 minutes. No real chances, a huge amount of note for anyone, apart from when Mateus skipped through after just 30 seconds. Good crowd in, socially distanced with face masks on. Plenty to ponder for, and you saw there, Kenta Hasegawa. There's pressure on FC Tokyo as the holders, as the side 3-1 down after that first leg, to mount something of a comeback here. Flicked around the corner nicely. Chance for Nagoya on the counter-attack. And that's straight at goal, Hatano. Harmless in truth in the end. And Roichiro Takutam. Watanabe. Nakamura. trying to hit the lock. That's a good interception. Now what can they do? Oh, a wild shot from distance from Kensuke Nagai. He decided he was going to be the hero. He's already got 5 goals in all competitions this season, but this would have been something quite extraordinary. It's a bit wasteful in truth. 32-year-old, your chances of scoring from there are very low. Didn't have many options around him, though, in truth. And that's one that Adelton can give chase to. Morishita is there. Gets it away. Nakamura. Slow hang clap from the crowd. Maybe if you're unfamiliar with the way in which football is enjoyed in this part of the world, that hang clap from the crowd isn't in a sarcastic way, it's in an excitable fashion. Although, say, for example, in other parts of the globe, we think of crowd starting a slow hand clap at this stage of the game as maybe some kind of frustration. It's not. Just them trying to G their team up in one of the ways they know how. Quarter of an hour gone. FC Tokyo really need the first goal in this game to get back into his two-legged tie. Second corner from it. Worked short. Now flicked in and headed in. They've got one back. Game well and truly on. Cup tie well and truly on. It is Adelton who does. And it's now 3-2 on aggregate. FC Tokyo half the aggregate deficit. And Adelton has scored in the 93rd minute of the first leg to get them a crucial away goal. Has brought this cup tie right to life now. I'll be a bit disappointed looking at that one. The Australian goalkeeper Mitchell Langerak. I think he'd have expected to stop this, but he didn't. Look at what it means for Adelton. His 11th goal in all competitions this season. Well, as a neutral, which one strictly is up in the commentary box, that is exactly what you want to happen. That really does open this semi-final second leg up beautifully now. Adelton's goal in the 16th minute. And if you're Nagoya Grampus, it means that there's a long time for you to hold out here. Remember, the away goals rule is in play. We'll come back to that. Could be 2 goals in as many minutes. Oh, it's dragged wide. What I was saying before they threatened to score twice in quick succession was that it now means there's a long time for Nagoya Grampus to hold out without conceding a second goal. And of course, were they to concede a second goal, and that's an image that sums it up perfectly. 2-0. 2-0 does the job for FC Tokyo. Were they to manage to score a second goal and not concede, it is game over. But of course, FC Tokyo are walking something of a tightrope in a different way, because if Nagoya Grampus can find a way to score 1 away goal, it's suddenly FC Tokyo have got to score 4 on the night, on this afternoon I should say, to win the tie, and 3 just to drag it into extra time. Plenty of possibilities. And they're intriguing ones, particularly so after that. Put down the corner by Adelton. It's a very good ball. It's causing problems. Tokyo won Group B with 12 points from their 6 games. They're in there against the Kobe. into Chinita and Fukushima Vortis. Since then, in the last 16, they lost 1-0 at Strowman, but came back here, winning the second leg 4-1. Goals from Leandro, Diego Oliveira, and 2 from Adelton. And then in their quarter-final match against Contadora Sapporo, they lost 2-1 away, and again, they came back to win it here, 2-0 at home. Goals from Leandro and Higashi. I fancy a chances of 3 in a row, or for the 3rd time in a row in this cup run, having lost the away leg, bringing it back to the Ajinomoto Stadium and finding a way to finish the job here. That's a painful blow. We're playing on. Nice step inside. Just got to find their composure in this game. There will be some nerves in the Nagoya Grampus camp right now. They wouldn't be human if there weren't. And then with the pressure of being 3-1 up after that first leg, the expectation that they are going to get through. Nicely held up. Well, initially no foul was given, but eventually it was. Foul on Uchaka Yoshida. Just got to keep telling themselves, Nagoya Grampus, if they score 1, and FC Tokyo have got to score 2 just to get this tie into extra time. Over to take the set piece, as he so often does for Grampus. Gives this side so much, not just with his goals, but what's often forgotten is his assists, or even, to use a term of modern football parlance, secondary assists, where it's his ball in, or excellent delivery, and then flipped on by somebody else for another player to score. Mateus to take it. And it's caught confidently by Go Hatano. Not sure if he was deliberately trying to shoot there, or he just got his angles wrong. Not far off the midway point of this first half. We haven't really seen a clear-cut chance for either side, apart from the opportunity about 15 seconds into the match when Mateus blazed over, and then the goal from Adelton in the 16th minute. I press on here from SC Tokyo. Well, they tried a more direct route to get out of it. Didn't work. Nothing much that could have done with that, Mateus. That was the ball in. Looks to me, given the angle, more like a bit of an overhit cross. I think he'd have known he was unlikely to score directly from there. Again, it's the more direct ball forward that brings to an end the Nagoya Grampus attack. Oh, and that's an excellent challenge. Now Mateus, ball across and put wide. What a chance. What an opportunity to get that all-important away goal. And Nagoya Grampus can't take it. Initially a great tackle and laid on a plate for Mateus. Slides it across. Not even close to being offside. And how important could that prove to be? Couldn't believe that he's managed to miss there, Naoki Maeda. And he doesn't just miss, he misses by quite a distance, has to be said. You'd expect a lot better of a player with his obvious capabilities forward. Well, if he puts that in, it looks completely different. It is pretty hot and humid here, so players are having a drinks break in the midpoint of this first half. You can look at the goal. Well, Langret does get both hands behind it. It sort of ends up oddly palming it into his own net. It's an easy one. His weight did seem to be going the other way. A heart-shaped hand celebration from Adelton. His 11th goal in all competitions this season. That's what means we've got a real game on our hands here. Key players for both sides. Absent from this one, Leandro for FC Tokyo, who's already grabbed 3 assists in the Levain Cup this season. And Ryogo Nabaki for Nagoya Grampus, who has 7 goals across all competitions, 2 of them. Back underway then. Hatano resumes play. And that's high foot and will be a foul. Foul on Shuto Abe from Sho Inagaki. Sho Inagaki does cover a lot of ground in midfield. He's covered more distance and made more tackles than any other player in the J-League 1 division this season. He's covered 372 kilometres, no less. He was just caught out for his timing there. Clearly going for the ball. It's cross field. Yakamura. Runs into a bit of a cul-de-sac. Sort of hit the ball pretty hard against Diego Oliveira's legs, and Oliveira was a bit helpless there. Not much he could do about it. Possession is conceded. Oh, that's a horrible miscue. Big chance for Nagoya. And it's an excellent recovery, it must be said, from Rama Watanabe. Still there for Nagoya, though. Mateus. It's a teasing cross and well gathered by Hatano. Good awareness and presence of mind. It's a threatening one. Two sides in very different places in terms of their league season and other competitions, both chasing a spot in the final. Great trickery, and that will be a free kick right on the edge of the box. See Tokyo eyeing a second goal, which if they scored it and the match were to finish 2-0 would put them through. Just the trailing leg from Shinosuke Nakatan. Catching Diego Oliveira with his jinking run. A key player for FC Tokyo Oliveira. He's got 4 assists in the Levain Cup this season, the only player to do so. He's also got 14 goals across all competitions. He might well be over this set piece. I imagine Adelton will fancy it as well. He's got left-footed and right-footed options too. I've got the left foot of Masato Morishige, who has scored 3 goals across all competitions this season. He's often a threat from set pieces like this. Roma Watanabe there as well. Mitchell Langerak setting his wall up. Not sure about this routine. Juro Takahagi was standing in front of the ball there. Of course, you're not allowed to disturb a preset defensive wall as per the laws of football. It will change relatively recently, but these three FC Tokyo players stood there as well, who I'd imagine are going to jump out of the way. That will be the routine they're going to go for. Could be Watanabe or Morishige. Here's Morishige, and it's saved by Langerak. Not a bad effort, but a pretty regular, say regulation stop. Got it up and over the wall. Isn't really precise enough to score, having got up and over the wall. You're probably going to need to be a lot closer to that far corner. Langerak not even needing to dive. Promising signs nonetheless for FC Tokyo, who will be delighted with this start. Getting right back into this cup tie. Yeah, we're already seeing the value of that away goal from Adelton too, in terms of how it changed the complexion of the picture somewhat. Losing 3-1 away in a two-legged cup tie where the away goals rule is enacted is, of course, so much better than losing 2-0. Good run round the outside, and he's brought down Ryo Morishita. A nice surge forward from one of the two players to come in from the starting 11 that won 3-1 4 days ago. It wasn't the best challenge, and that slow motion replay doesn't make it look any better. He's just appealing a bit to the referee Shitarabe that a card hasn't come out there. Yet to see a card for either side at any point. So Hatano setting up his defences. Mateus to take it. Doesn't beat the first defender. Not ideal. Up, but by no means away. Looking to clear their lines here a bit, FC Tokyo. Now can Nagoya grab their away goal? That really would change the picture. Nicely worked. Hammond's away. And that's a poor pass. Mateus definitely can't get to it. Nakamura tries to start an attack. Remember that the other semi-final between Suzu Osaka and the Urawa Reds starts in under half an hour now. Finished 1-1 in the first leg. Second leg coming up at the Doko Sakura Stadium here at Ajinomoto. Focus very much on seeing who's going to make it through of these two teams. Trying to clear their lines, Nagoya. Adalton. Threatened to shoot. Ends up losing out. High press on here. Now pressing very high FC Tokyo on occasions, and it's worked really well for them. Possession conceded pretty cheaply in the end. Clip forward. Wildly overhit. Langerak can come out and gather. To try and keep being positive here, Nagoya Grampus. They can't just sit back and think that they're ahead in the tie. It's a very dangerous thing to do with so long left. We got to the 34th minute, of course, because there's the jeopardy of the fact that were FC Tokyo to score once, they go 2-0 up on the night, but it would be 3-3 on aggregate, and it would come down to the fact that FC Tokyo have scored the only away goal of the tie that would decide it. Bring it back for the infringement earlier on. Final, of course, is back at Saitama Stadium after 1 year away. It's there on the 30th of October in 20 days' time. Little slip ball through. Not quite carve out clear-cut chance. Aoki Maeda definitely had Nagoya Grampus' best opportunity just before that drinks break in the middle of the half. And slipped through by Mateus. Crowd again doing their best to get behind FC Tokyo. We're up next in the J-League have Kashima Antlers here on the 23rd of October, and then November we start with Shimizu at home on the 3rd of November. Defending to do here. Mateus. Still going, Mateus. And there wasn't a foul there. Donaldson. Now clipped wide, bit of space out here. Nagai, the willing runner. Slips an inside shot on the turn, and well saved by Langerak. Had to be as well. Really good save from Mitchell Langerak. There you go, Oliveira with the hit. Oliveira did pretty much everything you could ask of him, whipped it round the defender, looking for that far corner. Big moments here. Levain Cup holders FC Tokyo really gathering momentum in this game. They've already scored once, and that came from a corner. Oma Watanabe over the set piece. There's an awkward height in for Langerak as well. Mateus trying to launch the counter. Nice interception there from Akira Takahagi. Feed off the excitement and energy of this crowd. They're really up for this. I saw a banner earlier on that said 2-0, and it's kind of been a bit of a motto of FC Tokyo players and supporters and the club as well since that first leg. Sort of unofficial motto. Look, we win this home game 2-0, we'll be through regardless of what's just happened, and for the third time in a row in this tournament, just like against Sapporo and Shonan, we will have turned around a first leg deficit. It must be said, both of those deficits were by 1 goal rather than 2, so this is a tougher task. Forward by Nakamura. Oliveira. Still going, Oliveira, dancing his way through. No foul there. Decent pullback, and Oliveira's shot is brilliantly blocked. Otherwise, from such close range, that was a real danger. Nakamura once more. Just trying to survive here, Nagoya. And they've done that. That will just relieve the pressure on them. There's an injury as well. One of the Nagoya defenders. Great pressure from FC Tokyo. How about that for a block? That's got to hurt as well. Going in a delicate region, shall we say, for defender who looks in a fair bit of discomfort. Thinking to do for Massimo Ficadenti. Massimo Ficadenti's side under pressure, and Does look like he's going to be able to continue. Sho Inagaki. He's a key player and a bit of a tough cookie for Nagoya Grampus. He's known as being that classic tough tackling central defensive midfielder, but there's a bit of everything. He's great creatively too. Inagaki with 10 goals this season in all competitions. He's a top scorer, second only to Mateus in that regard. Really exciting Open Cup tie we've got here. Classic two-legged semi-final. Set up pretty perfectly. And you're neutral like myself, or big FC Tokyo and Nagoya Grampus supporter, one and all, you're very welcome. Enjoy the drama with us. Still a long, long way to go yet. That's a lovely touch around the corner from Nagai. And that's a great bit of work too, and Adelton was arriving. He's getting pockets of space from that inside right channel, Kensuke Nagai. He's done it 3 or 4 times. Watch out when he does. Oliveira goes the long way round and drags it just wide. Might have got a flick off a Nagoya defender on the way through. This is a great passage of play for FC Tokyo. They've just got to try and make it count. Took it nicely on the spin, went a long way around. Did look like it actually came straight off Oliveira's foot. Seemed to hit it in between the 2 feet of Yasuki Kimoto. Ah, no, it has been given as a corner. 3rd corner of the match, all of them for FC Tokyo. To beat the first defender, not ideal. Still there for them though. Okay. Nelson. Oliveira. And that runs out. Well, I think right now, Nagoya Grampus will just be thinking, can we get through to half-time, 1-0 down? No doubt FC Tokyo in the last 10 minutes have built up a real head of steam. He's the man you saw there, Kenta Hasegawa, the FC Tokyo head coach. I'm sure he'll be a lot happier if they can just get the goal to show for it, though. Back to you, Langerak. Mateus. No foul given. For his frustration. Spread wide. Nakamura combining with Adelton. Adelton's put himself in an awkward position there though. Mateus. Oh, lovely. He's got space to run into. Still Mateus. He ended up a bit isolated though. Time approaching here at Ajinomoto Stadium. Still a goal from Adelton that separates the teams in the 16th minute. That header that was too hot for Mitchell Langerak to handle. corner. And a throw-in one. This is good for Nagoya. It's what they needed. Give a counter-attack as such in terms of momentum in the game. Mateus. And he's won a free kick off a Daleton. Bit of a clumsy forwards tackle. He's just going to hand them a set piece in a good position. Wants to not so much run the clock down. It's a bit early in the game for that, but we'll take them closer to that half-time landmark. Nagoya Grampus who got their courtesy of a comfortable 4-0 aggregate win against Kashima Antlers. They won both legs by 2-0. Nakatari and Nagaki with the goals in the first leg, and then Nagaki also scored in the second leg. As did Jakub Sverchok, who's on the bench. Mateus to take it. It's that far post. Not the best clearance. Now away a bit more firmly. Pressure applied by Kensuke Nagai. Into the last minute of the first half. Well, both players have ended up down here. It is FC Tokyo midfielder Takuya Aoki who's come off the worst of the two. Didn't imagine we're going to have a lot of stoppage time added on here at the end of the first half. We've been pretty fortunate. It's been a relatively free-flowing first half of football. Of course, on the note of stoppage time, I know that is one debate that happens in the game. There has been 3 minutes added on at the back end of this first half as a minimum, but a lot of people that say that ball in play time or effective playing time, as it's also known, is what should be used as the guide. It means that you don't get inconsistencies, whereby we know from research now you get some games that have as low as 45 minutes or so ball and play time across the entire match due to various stoppages, and some that have up to 75. Mateus, I imagine will take it. He will. It's Mateus' hit, and it's wide. It's something that the various committees that look at new rule changes for football have looked into. And they're doing experimentation and trials on the idea of having matches with, say, 30-minute halves, but it's 30 minutes of just the ball being in play. For those of you who watch futsal, you'll know exactly what I mean. The clock only starts when the ball is in play and running. One thing that would certainly do, which is why yours truly thinks it is worth delving into further, is stopping time wasting. Into the 3rd minute of the free added on. Just got a foot on it there, and then had a foot laid on him. Naoki Maeda. Maeda, who failed to take that chance in the 22nd minute, would have given Nagoya Grampus that precious away goal. A bit petty here, you'd have to say. Ichiro Takahagi eventually being told to retreat. I think he's getting a polite warning from the referee. Next time he might not be so lucky, he might pick up a yellow card. Mateus in. Keeper comes to it and claims it. Good work from Go Hatama. And tries to launch a counter-attack. He knows there's not much time left. Delton. Outrageous ball with the outside of his right foot. Deliveries like that are why he's a fan's favourite. Nice roll back for the strike, which is over. Kazuka Nagai put it on a plate nicely. Masuto Morishige could only blast it over, and that is it for the first half of this Levain Cup second leg semi-final, with a place in the final against Cerezo Osaka or the Urawa Reds up for stake. Up for grabs, I should say. And at the break, it is FC Tokyo giving themselves every chance of mounting a comeback, and for the third successive knockout tie in this cup run of theirs, overturning a first leg deficit. It's a Delton's goal after 16 minutes that is the difference on the night. Of course, Nagoya Grampus still lead 3-2 on aggregate, so plenty of possibilities for the second half. Be sure to join us when the action resumes in a quarter of an hour or so. Stay with us at the halftime break for analysis of what has just happened at the break at the Ajinomoto Stadium. It is FC Tokyo 0, Nagoya Grampus 1, Nagoya Grampus 3-2 up on aggregate.
Now let's watch the first half highlights.
ワンカップ出演に参加した小学生以下の方を対象とした 2021J リーグ YBC ルヴァンカップ公式試合級コネクト21 4号級3名様、選手サインコネクト21 4号級1名様を発表いたします。 2021J リーグ YBC ルヴァンカップ公式試合級コネクト21 4号級3名様は小野塚亜紀さん、本橋健さん、野沢優太さん、以上3名の皆様です。おめでとうございます。そして 2021J リーグ YBC ルヴァンカップ公式試合級選手3位コネクト21 4号級1名様は金子蓮華さんです。おめでとうございます。商品はただいまより試合終了後30分までメイン側総合案内所にてお渡しいたします。次回本ゲームのお知らせです。10月23日2021明治安田生命 J1 リーグ第33節対鹿島アントラーズ戦は味の素スタジアムにて14時キックオフです。他会場の試合予定です。大型画面をご覧ください。
the second half will start soon. Let's hear your support.
Welcome back to the Ajinomoto Stadium for the second half of this Levain Cup semi-final second leg between FC Tokyo and the red and blue, who lead 1-0 in this match, but trail 3-2 on aggregate against Nagoya Grampus. And their changed white kit with the red and orange and black trimmings. Were edged out in the first half. FC Tokyo were the better side and deserved the goal that they got through a Delton. They really picked up a head of steam towards the end of that first half in particular. See how the team talks from Kenta Hasegawa, the FC Tokyo Nigerian Grampus boss, Massimo Ficalenti, have changed things in this second period. Grampus will be attacking from left to right as we look at things from the commentary box and on your screens. FC Tokyo from right to left. Who's going to make it into the final? Back off and underway for the second half then. Suizo Osaka or the Urawa Reds waiting in the final. Their first leg finished 1-1 and they're kicking off pretty much exactly now over at the Ibuko Sakura Stadium. Our focus here at the Ajinomoto Stadium very much on which of these two is going to make it through. Both teams unchanged at half-time. I'm sure we're going to see the benches used pretty soon though. Tejas his ball in. It's one thing that I think Nagoya Grampus will want to show in this second half, a bit more attacking intent. It's a very dangerous position for them to sit back here, because whilst the scoreboard is in their favour across the tie, anyone who's relatively familiar with two-legged football, where the away goals effectively count double, will know that if FC Tokyo score a second goal here, they win this individual match 2-0, and the overall tie goes 3-3 in total, because Adelton scored an away goal for FC Tokyo in the first match when Nagoya Grampus were at home. Would the FC Tokyo that would progress, so would sit back here and end up getting stung, Nagoya. Whereas if they score, and that completely changes the complexion of the entire occasion. If they score, FC Tokyo would need to score twice more just to get it through to extra time. And they need to score 3 more unanswered goals to win the tie overall. Use touch, put the ball into touch. I mentioned a few moments ago the substitutes, and we're running through again the substitutes available for both teams. Toshiyoshi Kodoma, the backup keeper for FC Tokyo, and defenders Bruno Uvini and Ryo Omori. So got it back in a great area here, FC Tokyo. Lovely cross turn there. And now free kick in a very dangerous position. Mutaki Mita and Keigo Higashi, the two midfield on the bench, and then in a more forward-thinking fashion there's Manoto Shinada and Kazuya Kono for Nagoya Grampus. Takeda is the substitute keeper. The backup defenders Nuya Fuji and Shukei Narus, who was in the 11 for the first leg. There was Xavier Schwertrop and Kamazaki on the bench. Forward options, as is Yuki Soma, who was also part of the 11 in the first leg. Great to see the fancy dress And the team masks in the crowd. Decent ball in and flicked over. That was a really good whipped cross. Caused absolute chaos. It was in that good area where you want to be, just where it's awkward for J.LEAGUE to come out and claim it. On the edge of that 6-yard box. Did cause problems. Teasing ball in. Pretty hot and humid out there, even when you're in the shade. Players taking on board lots of fluids, as they should. The 5th minute of this second half. So Tokyo chasing a second goal will put them in the advantageous position in the overall picture. First corner of this second half. Not the best. Doesn't beat the first defender. Put back in. Just can't get it away. Nagoya. Obviously took a flick off an FC Tokyo play, so they will get the throw. I'm familiar with the overall picture. FC Tokyo are the holders. Won their 3rd title last season. Was away from Saitama Stadium for a year. It's now back there on the 30th of October in 20 days or so's time. The Cup has brought the best out of FC Tokyo. First substitution of the match. And it is Naoki Maeda who missed a crucial chance in the 21st minute. Who comes off. Coming on is Jakub Sverchok, English forward, who has made quite an impression this season. Sverchok scored a really important goal against the Kashima Antlers earlier on in their Levain Cup campaign in their quarter-final second leg to help them get here. And he has 8 goals in 12 matches across all competitions this season. A very, very impressive record. It's a forward-thinking move for Nagoya. Come forward now. That's wasteful. Not able to test. Channel. So Massimo Ricadenti shuffling his pack somewhat by bringing Sverchok on. And it is an aggressive move. He does seem aware of it's 1 goal on the night. Day, really, I should say, for Nagoya Grampus. It wouldn't definitively kill off the tie, but it would make things very, very difficult for FC Tokyo. To be fair to FC Tokyo, they've actually found the balance in this game pretty well between attack and defence so far. It's not easy when you know that a clean sheet's going to make such a big difference to you in the context of a tie, but you also have to score at least twice. Ricadenti trying to lead Nagoya Grampus to their first silverware in a decade. Since they won the Japanese Super Cup in 2011, a year after winning the J.League title under Dragon Stojkovic. Stojkovic, who was one of the players who was there in the 90s when Arsene Wenger was in charge of Nagoya Grampus. Wenger leading Nagoya to 2nd place finish in the J-League in 1995 and Emperor's Cup title. Delton round the corner. A lovely teasing cross, and there was no one in a red and blue shirt in the right place at the far post. As it would have been a relatively simple-headed finish. Lovely sprayed crossfield ball. And then Delton has the awareness to find the overlapping one of Watanabe. There's no one quite where he needed them to be. Second corner in this second half for FC Tokyo. Towards Kensuke Nagai at the near post. Now a Delton with the overhead kick. And it flies well wide. Not afraid to try the spectacular Adelton. We've already seen various bits of flair and trickery from him. It's a bit light, but it just comes off the outside of his boot, out for a goal kick. Adelton, who has 11 goals in 43 matches in all competitions this season, as things stand after his strike earlier on in this one. Thinking to do for Kenta Hasegawa. Will be interesting to see if Tokyo respond to that substitution of Sverchok coming on in any way, shape or form. But the impression he's probably content enough with how the 11 out there are doing. They are having the better of this game. There's no doubt about it, FC Tokyo. The damage was done in the first leg, which they lost 3-1 4 days ago. And this great run, Nagoya. Just one loss since mid-August. Chasing a top 3 spot in the J1 League. Top 3 spot gets you AFC Champions League qualification. You have to come through qualifiers if you finish second or third, but if you win the league, then you're going to have to do that. Of course, if you finish fourth, you miss out, and that is where Nagoya Grampus sit right now in the top flight of Japanese football. And Saki Frontale running away with the division. And a long way around. And squared across nicely, and off the line, and now in! 2-0! Wow! And as things stand, FC Tokyo will be through to the Levain Cup final. It's a scoreline a lot of their supporters, their players and managers have talked about in the build-up to this game. 2-0. That's all they need, and that's what they've got for now at least. Not the best defending from Nagoya Grampus. A lovely surging run forward from Diego Oliveira. The initial pullback from into Kensuke Nagai was blocked off the line. Then it just presented the easiest of chances to Ojiro Takahagi. And it's not quite come back complete, but it's come back well and truly on now. You might well say it's theirs to lose. They're 2-0 up, and they've got that away goal. Good moment, and look at what it means to Kenta Hasegawa. Ojiro Takahagi's goal. 2-0 in the game, 3-3 in aggregate on the tie. And now, those faces tell you something. Anything to do for Nagoya Grampus. This is going to be very mentally tough for them. And there you go. There's that poster again. Picked up in the crowd. It's been a real motto of FC Tokyo supporters. 3 times in a row they've overturned first leg deficit. And twice in they'll be looking to do it here for the third time. Those other 2 were only losses by 1 goal away from home in the 16 and quarterfinals. Here come Nagoya. Remember, if Nagoya score once, it all looks so different. All forward, just flipped off FC Tokyo foot, so Nagoya will get the throw. Penny for his thoughts. Timo Ficadenti. Trouble here for Grampus. But if Nagoya can find a way to score once, FC Tokyo need to score once more just to take it to extra time, because then of course we'll have a result that will mirror the first leg of this match that finished 3-1. More changes coming. It's 2 forward-thinking ones for Nagoya Grampus. Yuki Soma, who was part of the 11 that won 3-1 4 days ago, the starting 11 that is, and Gabriel Xavier, both ready to come on. That's for Mateus to run. Jumps inside and gets fouled. Forward by Mateus. Cross well blocked by Roman Watanabe. And it will be Nagoya Grampus' first corner of this second half, coming just before the hour mark. Grampus. Name and badge comes from two of the most prominent symbols in local culture, the two golden dolphins on top of the Nagoya castle being one of them. All gathered by Gohatano. And the city's official symbol, Aohachi. Tano goes short. And now the dynamic falls another way, whereby FC Tokyo can't afford to go into their shell and invite pressure. They've played good, positive front foot football here to get themselves in the advantageous position in this tie. The third goal, if they could get it for FC Tokyo, would just give the assurance for them that were Nagoya to score, and at least still be going to extra time. Whereas if Nagoya score unanswered now, they will go through, of course. Good towering header from Yoshige. Now Delton does have that ability to create things. Snuffled out that time by Mateus, who's equally creative. Runs out of room. He's often double marked Mateus, and there's good reason. And that was a clear shove. And Kazuki Nagasawa. One more sheet. That is a push. Good free kick from Nagoya, who just maybe building up a touch of momentum. It's push on Jakub Svertrop, wearing 40 in his back four, Nagoya Grampus. Morishita. Twisting and turning Mateus. It caused a bit of chaos in the box, but without a threat for now. A bit physically heated here. There's some late tackles coming in this passage of play. A bit of frustration from both teams. There's so much pressure on. Very different reasons. Nagoya chasing their first silverware in a decade. Tokyo looking to complete their comeback and retain their title. And they would meet Osaka or the Nara Reds. And half away. Another chance to cross. The south. In that other game is currently 0-0 between Osaka and Ferrara. Tano claims it. That game then looked 1-1. That was a good result for Ferrara in particular because, of course, I beg your pardon for either because they were away in that first leg, so they've got a away goal to their name already. It's the intriguing nature of two-legged matches. Away goals rule as well. Good fighting challenge in there from Nagai. down under a touch of pressure on Diego Oliveira. I must say, he went down a bit softly there to me. Oh, actually, that replay confirms, yeah, there was a shove from Oliveira. Frustration after he'd lost the ball. These two teams having very contrasting league seasons. FC Tokyo 9th in the J1 League with 46 points from 32. Nagoya Grampus, by contrast, are far better off, 11 points clear of them. Another thing that's a bit surprising about today is haven't looked watertight at the back by any stretch of saying Nagoya Grampus. They've been opened up quite a few times, obviously conceded twice. They've been on the back foot for a lot of this game. Who actually generally have a very good defence. Second best defence in the division in terms of conceding the fewest goals. This Fairtrot goes down a little bit theatrically, looking for a free kick. And now goes to start an appeal over it. First substitution of the game coming very shortly for FC Tokyo, as you got a glimpse there. We've got Higashi, who's going to come on. Here's as to whose number is up. And it looks like it might be Adelton's. Well, we've got the comeback going. That header that just couldn't quite keep out. And if they do go through, there's a massive reason why. Because he got an away goal as well. And that 3-1 loss in the first leg. And without that away goal, they'd be in an even worse position in the tie for today. Delton comes off. They get Higashi on. I expect it might be something of a straight swap. Shot just over. Just leaned back a touch. And so wasn't able to test Mitchell Langerak. It's a good surging run from Takumi Nakamura. And despite being in the box seat in the tie as things stand, not losing their intent to attack FC Tokyo. And that's important because it's that intent that has helped carry them to this good position. Be a bit frustrated. Even being on the run, will feel like we should at least hit the target there, made the keeper work. We're at almost the exact midway point of this second half. Gashi sets it up for Takahagi. Gashi again. Abe. Well works this. Good composure from FC Tokyo. Oh, this is a wonderful move. And still going. Had they scored from that, it would have been one of those where we need to go back and count the number of passes. Ends there. Rolled into the path of Takahagi. I think this may be trying to chip Langerak. It would look pretty unlikely for that. Changes coming, more changes. I expect for both of these teams. For now, as we had in the first half, a drinks break. It is pretty hot and humid here. Chance to take stock of where we are in the tie. FC Tokyo 2-0 up, and as things stand, going through on away goals. It's still 0-0 between Suzu Osaka and Urawa Reds. This is that second goal on Vera's ball across. Okay, Nagai's initial shot was blocked. On hand was Ujiro Takahaki to score. No changes made by both of these teams. You can see the intensity of what it means to them. That is the first of those changes. Mateus comes off. Mateus, who scored the goal that made it 3-1 to Nagoya Grampus in the first leg in the 94th minute. It's 14 goals across his 45 appearances this season. And I'm a bit surprised by that because Mateus is a key creative player for Nagoya Grampus. They need a goal here. But on comes, he is equally capable, and Gabriel Xavier. I just wondered whether there'd be a change of shape. Maybe you sacrifice a midfielder or a defender. Keep them both on the pitch. Xavier's first touches here. Just runs into trouble. Both coaches do still have substitutions up their sleeve. It's not Ficadenti has now made 2 and bringing on Sverchok and Xavier. Kenta Hasegawa has made 1 with Higashi. Okay. Into the last 20 minutes of normal time. Very nervy for both teams. Nagoya Grampus, who turned up thinking of themselves as the favourites, now find themselves chasing a goal. FC Tokyo, the Levain CUP holders. And they can complete the comeback. But know that 1 goal would leave them needing to score again just to take the tie through to extra time. That's the jeopardy that comes with a situation where one team has an away goal and one team doesn't. Good strength from Oliveira. And great strength in reply as well. From Makoto Yoshida. A really good tussle. And that's missed. Chance on the break. It's Fairtrot. It's good covering from Kensuke Nagai, but the chance is still here. And Xavier hits it. They get a second chance. Looks for the pass instead. Xavier once more. It's Fairtrot. Desperate defence. And scrambled out for corner. Nagoya Grampus need a goal. And they relatively close to doing that here, but they have an injury delay first. And the build up to that one. Tsuyoshi Tanabe has gone down. This was the counter-attack that started from a total miss from Tsuyoshi Tanabe. And he injured himself in trying to run back too. Looks in some serious discomfort clutching that left leg, so the back of the lower leg, half area. Past the half-hour mark at the Doka Sakura Stadium, where it's still goalless between Cerezo Osaka and Nara Reds. Still a long time to go in that one, but were it to finish 0-0, it would be Cerezo Osaka that would progress, because once they've been drawn 1-1, with them away from home, and they have the valuable away goal. And it's that away goal that right now is making a difference for FC Tokyo. It looks like Tsuyoshi Tanabe's game's going to be over here. He's going to be going off on a stretcher. Not nice to see. So wishing him all the very best. I'll get a good ovation from both home and away fans here, which is great to see. Just passing the captain's armband on as well. And given Yakuta Yoshida to Ojiro Takahagi, who scored the second goal of this game. So Takahagi takes the captain's armband, and Tsuyoshi Tanabe, one of the key leaders in this FC Tokyo team, has to go off. So that is a concern. Here comes Bruno Uvini, the Brazilian centre half. He's going to have a very, very important job to do here, starting by defending this corner. Will be a second corner in succession. Good defending by Diego Oliveira. Forward back there. And well, regardless of position, everyone's got to be back there for FC Tokyo. If they concede one goal, they'll go from in a position where they're going through to needing to score just to drag it into extra time. Taking a bit of a blow, but he's carrying on. Gabriel Xavier over the set piece. Xavier once more. Have a short routine. Alive in for Nagoya. Chipped up again. That's scored by Yoshida. A bit of space out here. Not far side. Good goalkeeping from Go Hatano. It's exactly what you want when you're a keeper. When you're a defence, I should say, when a keeper is assertive in from collecting crosses like that. Well, he's made a good habit of doing that throughout this game. Thoughtful Massimo Ficadenti on the sidelines. And this has been a bit of an Achilles heel of Nagoya Grampus despite their impressive season. They're fourth in J1 League. They're the lowest scorers of any team in the top 12 of the J1 League, which is a 20-team division. So they have struggled for goals, it has to be said. Their excellence has been built off a good defence. They're the second best defence in the Japanese top flight. They sit fourth in the league. Kawasaki Frontale, the runaway leaders. Yokohama Mariners in second and Vissel Kobe in third. We need the top three that get AFC Champions League qualification, and it is lack of goals which is stopping Nagoya from being in that top three. And now they've got to find one, otherwise their Levain Cup campaign is over. Xavier looking for the Cup, gets it, trying to make half a yard of room for the shot. He's been very well marshalled there. He appeals for the foul. Didn't look like there was much in it to me apart from some decent defending. Moshita. Next one to cross. Instead lays it up for Nagasawa. Forward. Fair shot. They're doing their best to try and pick apart this Tokyo defence. Has talked Ficadenti about it being a bit of a concern. Lack of goals at times. He's admitted that it's something they are working on. Not very capable of winning goals, but they've been built off a strong defence. Got plenty going on across all fronts. Nagoya Grampus, they're 1-4-2 against Daegu to reach the AFC Champions League quarter-finals, where they'll face Steelers from the Korea Republic on the 17th of October in a week. And a week after that, they've got J1 League game at home against Vissel Kobe. That's a huge match because Kobe are currently in third. both chasing the top 3 spots to qualify for the Champions League next season. And then big games continue for Nagoya Grampus throughout October. October finishes with an Empress Cup quarter-final on the 27th against Suizo Osaka, who are in action right now in the other Levain Cup semi-final. Cross in, not properly dealt with, and kept alive. Spare shot, somehow saved. Can they bundle it in? Yes, they can! Nagoya Grampus have the away goal that might well take them into the Levain Cup final. What a huge moment. Desperately needed. It completely changes the complexion of this tie. And suddenly FC Tokyo have all the work to do. Even if Tokyo score again, that will only drag it into extra time. What a moment. I just mentioned they've struggled for goals this season often. Felt kindly for Sverchok initially. And then it was brilliantly cleared off the line. But eventually, the second time of asking, able to just nod it in whilst somehow avoiding colliding with the post. Who else but Sho Inagaki, a central midfield inspiration. Such a key part of everything good they do. It comes to both tough tackling and goal scoring. And look at what it means to Ficarenti. Wow, what a cup tie. What a game. And it takes another big twist. You can see the frustration for Delton. Facial expression, everything about where Tokyo are at emotionally now. It's their turn to be feeling worried again. Crossfield ball. Could have a second goal in as many minutes. Sverchok lays it up inside and over. Oh, what an opportunity. Well, if they take that, that is probably the tie sealed up. As they restore the 2-goal advantage that they had at the start of this game. Sverchok does the right thing. Couldn't quite keep it down. Times for FC Tokyo. They've got to score once now just to drag it into extra time. Another substitution, a second of the game for FC Tokyo. They scored the second goal. Yojiro Takahagi off. 7. Taki Musa is coming on. And it's a double change, in fact, because Kuya Aoki is off as well. So 2 fresh legs. Pairs of fresh legs coming on there. Zuya Kono, who is a forward, and that's unsurprising. It's 2 midfielders off and a forward and a midfielder coming on. Oh, really getting behind FC Tokyo. Got to throw everything at this now. and very much the enemy of FC Tokyo here. Frantically cleared. And building towards a climax. What a game it's been. What a tie it's been. No foul given. They're playing on. Work their way through. Four changes made already by FC Tokyo. 2 from Nagoya Grampus. There's still options left on the bench. You can see Nagoya Grampus have just sat so deep here. Oh, now giving away. Maybe a chance on the break. As well to keep possession. But now can't do so. FC Tokyo, the familiar pattern is resumed. Surging run forward, and FC Tokyo have fallen apart at the back. Really did part like the Red Sea there. Committed so many players forward here, which is understandable. And the pass is a loose one. Another cup semi-final has pretty much reached half-time, and it is still 0-0 between Teresa Osaka and the Urawa Red Diamonds. 1-1 after the first leg. So advantage Teresa because they've got the away goal. Just about to creep into the last 4 minutes of normal time. Good tackle. And now cross field, lots of space out here. Facing the Levain Cup final up for grabs. I just wonder, is that goal from Shoinagaki going to be the difference? 6 minutes or so ago. Is there another twist? A late challenge, a clumsy one. Wasn't really needed, and it hands a set piece opportunity to FC Tokyo. Change coming, and from the board, you'll be able to see that it's Ichiro Kagitan coming off. Striker who's chipped in with 8 goals across all competitions this season. And he scored the opening goal of this tie. First goal in the first leg 4 days ago. It's like a long time ago, with how much has happened since. The drama of 7 goals going. Right now it is Nagoya who lead 4-3 on aggregate. Good set piece chance. Just to confirm, it is under 11 Yuki Soma come on. Someone who was part of the starting 11 in the first leg. Soma on now. Good ovation from the away fans for Ichiro Kakitan. Played his part in trying to see Nagoya through in this tough assignment under FC Tokyo. Lost the first leg 2-1 in their quarter-final against Sapporo for winning 2-0 here. That's why we've seen quite a few of these banners saying 2-0, because again that would have done the trick tonight. Of course, Shinonagaki's goal means that that's impossible now. In the last 16, similar situation, overturned a first leg deficit, lost 1-0 at Shonan, won 4-1 here. 2 goals from Adelton, 1 from Leandro, 1 from Diego, who's put in a good cross, but stabbed wide. Running out of chances now, running out of time. This was the latest of them. Good ball in from Kensuke Nagai. As the substitute, Kazuya Kono. Really make Bohatano work. I beg your pardon. Bohatano. Tokyo's keeper. Nagai. Throwing one by Kensuke Nagai. Hasegawa watching on, begging his players to find a goal, hoping they can. And in mid-table in the league, this is the biggest game left of the season, FC Tokyo, unless they can of course get into that final that's back at Saitama Stadium on the 30th of October. That's the worst place to be. Ujiro Hagi watching on. Looks like the fans have been substituted, helpless, unable to control the situation. 6 minutes added on. Wow. Well, we have had some stoppages in this second half, so you can see why. But that only is going to add more spice and sizzle to this drama that we've already seen. Back comes Fairchuk up, down, holding his head. Get treatment straight on. So not fit again. Cadenti nervous, watching on. Seem to be okay now, Fairchuk. A nasty blow to the side of the face. It's him 100%, but going to do well to drag him off in this situation. He's not going to be exactly in a rush to be substituted. He's going to want to stay out there and help his team finish the job. A pulsating 2-legged cup tie. Big surging run. More than anything, it does occupy some time off the clock, I guess, at least, from Yuki Soma. He's only just come on. Hurriedly cleared. Come back for a foul in the left-back position for FC Tokyo. We're just need to get back. It was a fair bit further back. Into the 3rd minute of the minimum 6 added on. Remember that it is a minimum, so we've had some stoppages already in stoppage time to prolong us even further beyond the 96th minute and prolong the agony for Nagoya Grampus supporters. See all these red and blue shirts surging forward. Not a bad cross either, only half away. We're playing advantage here from the foul that happened on the edge of the box. Xavier leading the breakout. Soma just runs into trouble. Yuki Soma. They would maybe rather have had the free kick on the edge of the box, possibly Nagoya Grampus, although it's easy to say that now. Did have a 3-on-3 briefly in that counter-attack, so might have had a chance to score, which if they score now, you'd imagine that will be it. And they might be about to score here. Sverchok. Well blocked. Shuku Abe. got something there, spare shot. And they're going to find a goal to continue this run of comebacks at home after away defeats in this cup run. They did it in the last 16 and the quarterfinals. Of course, it won this game as a match within itself, but that's not going to be enough as things stand. With this tie compared to those other two, is that this tie for them come in the second leg 2 goals down rather than 1. Comes a long way out, Langerak, and makes sure he'll be in no rush to get things back underway, and you can't blame him one little bit. Both teams unhappy with the referee that they didn't get a free kick here. Haven't really done a good job of just letting the game flow wherever possible. Not really discussing the men in black at all. Just the referees and the referee and the fourth official, which is always a compliment in a way. A quiet but good game. Lucas has been on this excellent cup tie into the last minute of a 6 minimum added on. Sverchok could finish it. Oh, nearly does. Nearly does. Sverchok, that would have been it, no doubt. If he scores here, he could have stealed it in style. I reckon we're going to probably get an extra minute added on top of the 6 we've already had, because there was an injury in stoppage time. Hammered away. Anyway, we'll do stuff for Nagoya Grampus at the moment. I think 1 silverware. 10 years. It's that Japanese Super Cup title the year after winning the J.League. Now they could be about to knock out the holders of the Levain Cup. It was a long way out, Go Hatano. He had to. And into stoppage time on top of injury time as such. Yuki Soma heads to the corner, and why not? Going to try and win a throw. And he has done as well. Full-time whistle surely only mere moments away, and what a moment this will be, what a story this is for Nagoya Grampus as well. They are into the J.League Levain Cup final. Congratulations to Nagoya Grampus, they've done it. It is Sho Inagaki's crucial away goal 10 minutes from the end of this one that makes the difference. And they win this truly sensational, all-time classic 2-legged semi-final cup tie on aggregate by 4 goals to 3. FC Tokyo were 2-0 up after goals from Adele Tom early on, and then Kojiro Takahagi 10 minutes into the second half had them in a position where they were doing enough to go through, but it's Inagaki's late goal that makes all the difference. His 11th goal in all competitions this season. It carries them on into the semis. They've got an AFC Champions League quarter-final coming up against the Pohang Steelers. They're 4th in the league. Got a big game in terms of finishing in the top 3 coming up against Vissla Kobe after that. And then an Emperor's Cup quarter-final 2 against Cerezo Osaka. But for now, it's relief and celebrations for Massimo Ficadenti's Nagoya Grampus side. And the holders of the Levain Cup, FC Tokyo, have been knocked out. They've been seen off. A truly brilliant pair of football matches. And of course, we'll know soon enough whether they'll be facing Cerezo Osaka or the Urawa Reds, who are still in progress with their second leg that started now so after this game. But for now, here at the Ajinomoto Stadium, they couldn't quite do it for a 3rd time in a row. They overturned 1-goal first leg deficits against Sapporo and Shonan, but a 2-goal first leg deficit was too much for FC Tokyo to rearrange in their favour when on their own patch. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you've been across the globe. We hope you've enjoyed this one. If you've enjoyed it half as much as I have, I expect you've had a pretty good time, because it's been a great game to watch as a neutral. can only imagine if you're ever a disposition to strongly support either side, it's really put your emotions through the mill. But it is finished here on the night. FC Tokyo 2, Nagoya Grampus 1. But it is Nagoya Grampus who go through 4-3 on aggregate after that 3-1 win in the first leg. So Nagoya Grampus into the Levain Cup final. I really appreciate your company. You stick around for highlights and reaction to follow. But for now, it is Nagoya Grampus who go through 4-3 on aggregate. The holders, FC Tokyo, are out.
名古屋グランパス稲垣選手にお越しいただきました。決勝進出決まりました。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今の心境から聞かせてください。
そうですね、本当にタフな試合で、難しいゲームでしたし、その中で本当に、選手全員で粘り強く、2点取られてからも諦めずに戦う姿勢を見せれましたし、何より名古屋から2000人近い、ファミリーの方々が来てもらって、そういった方の思いとか熱量っていうのが本当にゴールに結びついたと思いますし、普段あんまそういう表現あんましないですけど、本当に全員の気持ちがこもったゴールだったかなと思います。
このゴールシーンなんですけれども、自ら打って、そしてまた再びというヘディングでしたけども、どう振り返りますか？
いや、もう先ほども言ったように本当に全員の気持ちが乗っかって、ああいうところに2回目もボールこぼれて、押し込めたっていうところで本当に全員に感謝したいですし、ちょっと最後頭ポストに当てたのがちょっと痛かったですね
2点取られた後というのも非常に取りに行くという姿勢変わりませんでしたけども、ベンチからどんな指示が飛んでいたんでしょうか？
いや、もちろんその2点取られてからはもう自分たちは取りに行くしかなかったですし、そういった中で本当ディフェンス陣も粘り強くじれずにバランス崩さずにやりましたし、攻撃陣も点取るっていうところで積極性を見せて、途中から入った選手も全員で勝ち取った決勝進出だと思います。
タイトルまであと一つです。決勝に向けて一言お願いします。
本当にチーム全員がこのタイトルというものを本当に飢えてると思いますし、何が何でも手に取って名古屋帰りたいです。
おめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。
ピカデンティ監督です。決勝進出おめでとうございます。
Grazie, arigato, arigato.
難しい試合でしたけれども、こうして決勝進出決められたことをどんなふうに振り返りますか。
Ma dico che l'avevamo previsto perché loro venivano da un 3-1 e quindi sappiamo la loro forza, hanno giocato bene, fino alla fine la partita è stata in bilico come pensavo, merito ai miei ragazzi perché hanno fatto una grande prestazione, ci hanno creduto fino alla fine, però abbiamo affrontato una squadra, devo fare i complimenti anche all'FC Tokyo perché è veramente una squadra solida, ha dato tutto, quindi è stata veramente una partita bella da vedere, emozionante. E complimenti a tutte e due le squadre.
3-1っていうスコアで第1戦終わったことによってもちろん我々が優位な部分というのは要素的にあるんですけれども、もう何も怖くなく全部出し切って怖がらずにやれるっていう状況を東京に与えてしまったってことも分かっていたので、もう今日はそういった向こうはガンガン来るってことは分かっていたんですけれども、途中までまんまとそのペースでやられてしまった中で我々の名古屋の選手も本当に何も諦めずにずっと戦ったっていう中で、もう感動的なゲームっていう風に最後はなったんじゃないでしょうか。最後までどちらも突破のチャンスがあった中で、本当にやってみて改めて素晴らしいチーム、堅いチーム、もう東京っていうチームの強さっていうのを見せつけられたっていう風に思っています。
試合を拝見してますとベンチワーク状況に応じて交代カードっていうのをいろいろ細かく変えていらっしゃったように思うんですが、ポイントはどんなところにあったんでしょうか。
Ma perché la partita era in bilico, si poteva decidere in alcune situazioni, come poi abbiamo cambiato, siamo riusciti noi, abbiamo cambiato prima, poi abbiamo preso il secondo gol, il primo cambio, però ha dato, diciamo, volevo più qualità, di tenere più palla e abbiamo pensato, però poi diciamo che abbiamo fatto bene l'ultima mezz'ora, molto bene, abbiamo creato, abbiamo attaccato, abbiamo messo situazioni di difficoltà e su una di queste abbiamo fatto il 2-1.
もう最初の交代が多分あった後に失点をしてしまったかなとは思うんですけれども、その後もずっともう状況的にとにかく我々が点を取って試合状況を変えるためにどういうふうにやるべきかなということを考えながら、考えたけどもう一度考え直したりということを繰り返しながら結果的にもう勝ち切ることができたので、そういった選手の協力もあってだと思います。
クラブ史上初の決勝、タイトルまであと一つです。そちらに向けて一言最後お願いします。
Quindi cercheremo di arrivare bene, abbiamo tante partite adesso, abbiamo l'Asia Champions League, partiamo per la Corea, poi abbiamo ancora ai quarti di Coppa Imperatore. Il primo obiettivo è stato raggiunto, però abbiamo un mese veramente intenso e dobbiamo cercare di fare le cose con la testa giusta perché sono partite molto impegnative.
いろんな大会のいろんな試合っていうのは今すごい大事な状況に来ている中で全部残っているんですけれども、一つ一つをしっかりとそういったモチベーションにしてルヴァンで決勝行くっていうのも初めてのことっていうのは分かってましたので、それを目標にその目標を達成したっていう中で次ルヴァンの決勝を考える前に他の試合が多くありますので、またその試合を前にした時にルヴァンに関しては意気込みなどは伝えたいと思います。まずは次アジアの ACL がありますので、そこで韓国に行ってしっかり結果を残せるようにまた違った集中の仕方をしてやっていきたいと思います。
おめでとうございます。
ありがとう、grazie, arigato.